Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Asian mythology retold action, coming at you with a little cheeky game here, with featuring the probably the least popular of the new Aztec gods. People still trying to work things out and all the other good stuff in this bottom side of the map, playing as Tezcatlipoca. This is Violet. You can see he's Violet because he's got like the violet flare on his name. I believe you can do this by going, can I type? I can't show you. You basically can change your name in Steam or whatever you're using, and you go bracket for like the one above the comma, shift comma, color, and then you type in 3 numbers. So 100 comma 50 comma 50 50, and then you go shift period, shift full stop, and then you put your name after it, and you can get yourself a nice fancy colored name. This guy's name is Violet. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he's come from. I don't know what he's about, but he is playing against a very, very strong player in the top of the map in the red color, playing as Uranus. It is chasing the sun. Now, this game, very specifically, I saw that he was using the god path Coyote Warrior. And that's why I'm interested in this game, because I think that this god path is really, really strong, and specifically really, really strong with Tezcatlipoca. And of course, there's a whole bunch of really powerful ways to play the Aztecs at the moment. And oftentimes what happens with the meta is that the meta will settle into a place where they think they've found something that's just really strong, and then they'll just stop searching. This is what happens often for many, 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 many months, even years. You can find some situations where players figure out a really strong strategy in many different RTS games after several years, and it can completely flip a matchup. The example I always give is of a StarCraft 1 matchup, and I believe it was Protoss versus Zerg. I could be wrong. And it was like, for whatever reason, it was like a 60-40 matchup or something like that is what the pro players would say. For, I believe it was for Protoss 60-40, and then overnight, after one tournament, it flipped into a 70-30 for the Zerg. Now, I'm not sure if my story is 100% accurate there on the matchups, the matchup difference, and actually even the civs, but I do remember that happened, or I remember something similar to that happened after just one strat was found out. So what I'm trying to say is, never stop searching. Even if you find something that's strong, remember that it's strong. Use it when you want to use it, but keep searching for those strategies. And here is the Coyote Warrior coming through for Violet. On the left side here, we are going to be seeing the Prometheus, which is a little bit offbeat. I don't mind it in this matchup. I think you got to be a little bit careful with it versus the Aztecs, because they can be very, very aggressive. But we'll see how things go here for Violet in this game. Now, inside of Coyote Warrior, there's some very, very strong units that I'm excited to see attempted to use. The really strong unit that I'm very excited to see is the Teponatzli drums, plus the, I believe it's Kui Kali training, which is your Coyote Warrior. Coyote Warrior, yes. The counter archer unit. Now, a lot of people were saying this unit's quite weak early on. It's since been buffed to the 9s. It's got an extra 10% pierce armor, which is just literally, well, it's a lot more actual effective pierce HP than you'd expect. Let me give you, if he's going to build one, I don't know. He's built a noble set. He might still be going into the Ocelote Warriors here. But if I give you what the effective HP was before for the Coyote Warrior, it used to be, I believe, 190. Now it's at 233. So that's an increase of 43 pierce armor, which is not nothing. In fact, it's quite clearly something. as now we see some more Ocelot Warriors. The Terma coming through, and Tepel and Artsley drums is pre-queued here, and there's no favor in the bank for the moment for Violet. He just has to get some kills, get some Tenali. Got to be careful losing Prometheans and things like that versus the Aztecs, because that's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's just 4 Tenali, but it could be weird in that you could probably kill off 1 Promethean, get 4 Tenali, kill off 2 Promethean offsprings, and get 12 favor worth of Tenali there. I'm not sure. Anyways, we do see a cheeky little sky passage coming in from Chasing the Sun over onto the right side, and Chasing the Sun actually giving that knowledge away. He decides to dart off to the top as the Warrior Priest comes in. We will see the first little bits of Tenali. That's 2. Wow, it is. That's crazy. I don't actually know. I thought it was supposed to be 4. There's those Coyote Warriors starting to come out. But he's up to 7 already from killing off 1 Promethean. And the Promethean offspring, obviously. So there goes the Shockwave. The Coyote Warriors diving in here, looking for just a little bit more damage, but not the best control there from Violet. Definitely should have gotten something. Now, of course, these are at 4.3 speed, so they're more than happily going to be able to get in here. Another little bit of Tenali to come through, and now that Tepel and Nartzley drums is well and truly available. On top of that, this technology here, take a look at it, just for the sake of everyone playing at home. It's an extra 15% reduction in vulnerability to pierce. To put it lightly, these guys are just not going to die to pierce. Now, you guys are going to be like, well, why would I be building archers versus this unit? Well, that's what everyone does. They say, oh, that's an infantry unit. Let's build some archers. And there goes the lullaby as the units hit. Not the best control from Violet, but nonetheless, he comes in. He's going to be picking up even more units. This lullaby is such a strong early game god power. Not the most value in the world there from Violet. He gets a couple of Terma picks, but that's going to be it. And we actually are seeing now Karo Ballista as the option from Chasing the Sun, which seems incredibly dangerous. Yes, the Karo Ballista will have a healthy amount of damage versus those Coyote Warriors, but if the Coyote Warriors at 5.8 speed get on top, well, all of a sudden, this guy is going to die very quickly. If you take a look at the actual damage that he's doing, he's got 6 DPS times 5. So that's 30 pierce DPS on a unit that's got 233 pierce armor. And that's before the Kuikakali training. Well, yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit of effective pierce armor. What is it, like? How many shots from the Karo Ballista do you need to do? Like 120 is 4, then something like 8 shots from or 8 seconds of shooting from the Karo Ballista to kill off 1 Coyote Warrior. So there you go. This guy goes up to 62% pierce armor. Just let me lock that in. 276. All right, 276 effective pierce armor after that tech. So yeah, these guys with Kwei are incredibly strong, and I think they're going to be very, very useful. But the problem, and this, I don't know if you can actually argue that this is a problem or not, but it is. Technically, you could say it's a problem. The problem is that you've got the Eagle Warriors, which are incredibly strong right now. As this Sky Passage getting taken down, units popping out as the Coyote Warriors making their way across the map here. The units will retreat, and then the Coyote Warriors can come in and take this out. No problems. So yeah, the problem is that the Eagle Warrior exists, and the Eagle Warrior takes away a part of this unit's role, which is literally taking out archers, and the Eagle Warrior does that basically just as well. Maybe not just as well, but definitely covers other angles as well here. Nonetheless, Chasing the Sun not dropping any barracks here is a very, very, very strange thing. He definitely needs some barracks. Definitely needs to be going into some Mamilos to deal with those Coyote Warriors. He's looking like he's trying to get to the heroic age right now as he's sneaking over here for his Sky Passes. The Coyote Warriors might spot that, and they do indeed see the villager. Big shockwave comes through as the citizen's going to attempt to get away from here. Chasing the Sun making a little bit of a sneaky move over to drop a mana down there to try and keep his Oracle safe. He's got a man up on the top there as well. That's kind of cute. There is this smoke trap just hanging out over onto that side as he does pop that one there. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot to chasing the sun's vision there. But nonetheless, the Coyote Warriors will pull back, and the game to continue as the next upgrade to coming, Coyote Warrior, is on the way, which is going to be a big boost for our main man, Violet. Now, this is the position, I reckon. I reckon this. Now, you guys could argue that I'm stupid all you like, but this is a position where I would consider going in to this bad boy. A lot of people would be like, no. We just go into Tsitsimiddles. They're really, really strong. And yeah. We just go into Tsitsimiddles. And to that I'd say, yeah, that's valid. You could just go into Tsitsimiddles. But I think that the turrets are an option here, and you can get started earlier. You can get set up on this position, start sieging this down, staying away from the Sky Passage, protecting the Shinekways. Your opponent's got full pierce damage dealing units, so if he heroizes everything, it's not going to do anything to these Shinekwe. You see 40% pierce armor, but it actually goes up to 80% pierce armor when in turret form, which, if you haven't been paying attention, ends up being something like 1800 pierce armor, effective pierce armor in the heroic age. But nonetheless, the Starfall gets launched down onto this position, and Chasing the Sun gets absolutely annihilated. He's just about to hit the heroic age through Thea. He's going to get himself the Stymphalian birds. How many of those does he have? He's got 55 of them as the Hesperid's tree comes in to help out. If you can get some more of the Stymphalian birds out, he might be okay here to continue. He's lost a lot of citizens. In fact, the amount of citizens in the towns, and he's got 4 in there. He's got to bail out onto that one. Not building any Stymphalian birds, he can't manage to do so, and that there is a short game, but a game nonetheless. And you can see how disrespecting the Coyote Warrior can really lead to some very, very nasty stuff. I don't normally cast the shorter games because normally someone makes a pretty drastic mistake, but I really felt like showing this one off to show exactly where this power can come from. Coyote Warriors, speedy, way. I feel like the only things here that the thing is, right, while Chasing the Sun made some pretty drastic mistakes, I feel like Violet here, still don't know who he is, but made some pretty low value plays as well. For example, the Lullaby. What you want to do with the Lullaby is you want to drop Lullaby and then you want to shift click on all the units. You don't want to attack move, and that leaves all of them staying there asleep for the 10 seconds, and you will kill all of those archers off in an instant, and they're not going to be able to run away. You're going to take them all out. Or alternatively, save the Lullaby for like a larger fight. Or if you're using the Lullaby early to get Tenali in, that makes sense as well, to get your upgrades and get more Shinekwe out and all that other good stuff. But anyways, Chasing the Sun here got some homework to do on how to deal with those bad boys. The Coyote Warriors are here. They are strong, and they are taking the world by storm. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment. Tell me what sort of unit you're really interested in, and you want to see a caster game with that unit being used. I want to find those for you. I want to bring those games to life and show them off. And I'll see you guys in the next one.